You may have learned as a child that you need to give and you need to sacrifice yourself in order to keep other people around, because as soon as you may have said no or stood up for yourself, that person rejected you or they just left altogether. So that created the scar inside that was like, oh my God, I can't ever let anyone leave me again. I don't want to ever feel rejected again because it just feels so horrible. But in turn, in life, you're going to be doing all these crazy things emotionally, and physically. You're just going to be overdoing everything because you're trying to prevent people from leaving. You're trying to prevent the feeling of rejection. But in order to stop being a people pleaser, you have to learn to embrace this anxiety of, oh my God, they could leave, because you really have to tend to your inner talk and be like, oh, okay, they might. The only person I have control over is myself. I don't have any power over other people. And by doing this giving and overdoing everything with that person, I'm doing it out of fear. I'm not doing it to really have a healthy, loving relationship. I'm doing it from fear. And do I want to live from fear, or do I want to be happy? Being happy means I'm responsible for my feelings. I'm responsible for my own happiness. And when you get to that point, because now you know your why are you doing it? Because you want to be happy. You can change how you go through life. Instead of, oh my God, I have to people please so that I'm not rejected and people don't leave. Instead, it's okay, I was a people pleaser and now I am putting myself first. I am pleasing me. And so now I'm going to show up differently. And when people get upset about that, just let them know, hey, I'm working on my self-care. I'm working on being there for myself. I would appreciate your support in this, because at first, even people have just gotten used to the way you are, and they may be really taken aback when you take all that off of them and you start putting on yourself, and just let them know, no, you haven't done anything wrong. I'm working on me. And if they love and care about you, then they'll support that. Another important point to stop overgiving and people pleasing is to stop putting it on yourself for people's happiness. You are not responsible for anyone's happiness. They are each responsible for their own, and you're responsible for your own. It's not your job to make anyone happy. It's not your job to please anyone. It's not your job to bend yourself into pretzel so that this person can exist. It's your job to take care of you, and it's their job to take care of themselves. And when you get this all straightened out in your head, you may not even realize you were doing that. And then you can just come from a more me-focused place instead of a other-focused. I used to think of it like this. I used to think about, am I consciously aware of everyone? Or am I consciously aware of what's going on inside? Because most people are selfish. Most people are self-focused, and you kind of need to be to take care of yourself. If you're other people focused, then you're looking for other people to make you whole, to give you things you need, when it's your job all along. It's no one's job to make you happy or to complete you or to give you what you need, your essential needs. Those are yours. And then when you can start taking care of those most important needs, then you can start asking people for what you want instead of doing all these people-pleasing behaviors to try to get what you want. Because it's like this unspoken rule. Hey, if I give this stuff to you, will you give me stuff back? Will you care and take care of me if I give this to you? Instead of, hey, I helped you out here. Could you help me out here? Which is reciprocal, right? And then saying, I'm taking care of me, right? But, I expect you to show up too in the relationship. I expect you to do some emotional lifting every once in a while. I expect you to try to be there for me if I'm there for you. Because what can happen in relationships, women are just taught so many things about scarcity and lack around men. Whereas men are like, man, there's so many ladies, I can have anyone I want. They're just kind of really empowered, and women are like, oh my God, there's not enough, and I have to catch him. And when we get in these relationships, as soon as we feel the guy pull away, we may want to chase and close that gap. But it's healthy. It's healthy to come close and far away, like a rubber band. Okay? But let's say that you notice the distance and you were okay with it. You did something for you. You took yourself out. You did something that made you happy. Okay? So notice when this person in your life distances themselves, and let them have that distance. And then if it's a healthy relationship, they'll come back to you. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts below. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.